66 million years ago, the Earth died in an instant. A single day erased 100 million years of evolution. Dinosaurs, the undisputed rulers of the planet, vanished from existence. But for centuries, we had no idea what truly happened. It was the greatest murder mystery in our planet's history. And the killer left behind a single, almost invisible clue buried deep within the rock. For the longest time, the disappearance of the dinosaurs was a puzzle wrapped in an enigma. Scientists had theories, of course. Some suggested a massive volcanic eruption choked the skies with ash, plunging the world into darkness and freezing temperatures. Others proposed a gradual climate change, a slow, creeping death that the dinosaurs couldn't adapt to. Maybe a new disease swept through their populations, a prehistoric plague that left no survivors. These were all plausible ideas, but they lacked one crucial thing: a smoking gun. There was no definitive evidence, no single event that could explain such a catastrophic global extinction. The mystery remained unsolved. Then, in the late 1970s, a geologist named Walter Alvarez was working in Gubbio, Italy. He was studying a specific layer of rock that marked the boundary between the Cretaceous period, the age of dinosaurs, and the Tertiary period, the age of mammals. This layer is known worldwide as the QT boundary. It's a thin, dark line of clay, usually just a few centimeters thick. Walter was trying to figure out how long it took for this thin clay layer to form. A slow deposition would mean low iridium levels, a fast one, higher levels. Hundreds of times higher than in the layers above or below it. To deposit that much iridium globally, you would need an asteroid about 10 kilometers or 6 miles wide. The energy released would be equivalent to billions of atomic bombs going off at the same time. The initial blast would vaporize everything for hundreds of miles. It would trigger earthquakes stronger than any ever recorded and create tsunamis miles high that would race across the oceans, scouring continents clean, but that was just the beginning. The real killer would be the aftermath. The impact would throw trillions of tons of pulverized rock and dust high into the atmosphere, so high it would spread across the entire globe. This dense cloud would block out the sun, not for days or weeks, but for months, possibly even years. The planet would be plunged into a long, dark, freezing winter. Without sunlight, photosynthesis would stop. Plants on land and plankton in the sea would die off en masse. The entire food chain would collapse from the bottom up. Herbivorous dinosaurs would starve first. Then, the carnivores that hunted them would follow. In the oceans, the story was the same. The darkness and cold would trigger a mass extinction event that wiped out more than 75% of all species on Earth. It explained why so many other species, from marine reptiles to flying pterosaurs, also went extinct. It was the perfect crime. Their surveys revealed a bizarre, huge, semicircular structure buried a kilometer beneath the surface, centered near a small town called Chicxulub. At the time, they thought it might be a buried volcano. He heard about the strange structure in the Yucatán and brought it to the attention of Alan Hildebrand, a geologist at the University of Calgary who was actively searching for the QT crater. Hildebrand and his colleagues re-examined the PEMEX data and collected new samples from the region. What they found was stunning. The structure was a perfect match. It was about 180 kilometers, or 112 miles, in diameter, and the rocks drilled from its center. They weren't just volcanic. They contained shocked quartz, a type of mineral grain that is fractured in a unique crisscross pattern. This pattern can only be formed by the extreme, instantaneous pressure of a massive impact. Furthermore, a type of glassy rock called tektites, which are formed from molten earth blasted into the atmosphere. The final definitive proof came from dating the melted rock within the crater itself. Using radiometric dating techniques, scientists determined its age to be 66.04 million years. It was a perfect match. The murder weapon and the body had been found. It mixed with water in the atmosphere to form sulfuric acid, creating a global rain of acid so intense it would have acidified the surface of the oceans, dissolving the shells of countless marine organisms and devastating the oceanic food chain. Without that rock from space, without that terrible day 66 million years ago, the dinosaurs might still rule the world, and humanity would never have existed. The greatest tragedy in the history of life on Earth was also the crucible of our own beginning, and the discovery of this event, pieced together from a thin layer of clay and a hidden scar beneath the sea, stands as one of the greatest scientific detective stories of all time. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey into our planet's violent past fascinating, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. There are many more mysteries from deep time to uncover.